All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check, 250.
Check, 53, Mike. Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Get that ball. No. Off.
Hey.
Motion, wide motion.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
59, Mark. Check, 59.
Get that quarterback. And middle.
From the gun, here's Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Davis now to return it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
22. Got it. Check 9.
Hey, Mike 51.
Go.
I'm coming after you. 51, Mike.
Now it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Safe.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Back 25.
51. It's a party now.
22.
Mike 51. Watch the curl.
On 1st down, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Ready to go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and 4 at the 15-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check, 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 check.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Ready, blue lady. Blue lady.
Jim, 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 Jim. Check safety, check safety.
Wait.
Kill, 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 kill. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Check, check.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Randall Cobb there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 53. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's James. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. There he goes, right side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable here for Davis. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
He's coming.
Check.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
39.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
When you spend your 1st-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. So following this sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw is Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
I'm going to run you over. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
51, Sam! Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, it's Ryan. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strip the ball.
Now Johnson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
He goes, set! Go 20!
53. Run it. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
Look at him!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
25-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Romeo Okwara able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
We got this.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Stafford now to throw. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
You can't stop me.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Stafford under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tack McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
49, check 49, check 49. 45. Mike, 45. Watch the out. 45. Mike, 45. 10.
Now Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Mike 51. Hey, South. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Hey, seam 6.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Ready to go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
21.
Mike 42, Mike 42. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check, 42.
Hey, Alpha.
Check, 42's the Mike.
Ready, set.
Here's Ryan. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
51.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Trey Flowers able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Ryan. Jones has it.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check.
42's the Mike, boys. 42. 42's the Mike. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. Mike Smith. Mike 42.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Ready, blue 80. Back 25.
Good track, good track.
Hey, South.
Motion, motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Wait.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling lead to no yards gained.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 9, Stafford.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jarrett Davis in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Check.
Ryan. He completes it to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the run.
20, 20.
Mike 42, Mike 42. You didn't want this. 42's Mike, 42's Mike. No.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Let him go.
Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun.
You get one, me. Slam.
Freeman again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw here out to Cobb. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
21. Base.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Ready, 525. On the army.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? From the 50, Stafford. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
53, Mike. I'm coming. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, give me radar.
Lions go for it on fourth. It's Stafford. Complete to Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air again, Stafford. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Take 4, take 4.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Check, 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 check.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. This is Freeman. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, wait.
42 the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. All day, dog. Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Check.
Hey, wait.
Watch out.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Hey, free play.
Under 10.
Time.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Atlanta, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.